Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Okay. Mike me, Daddy.
Ew.
I gotta hold it. Don't talk to me like that. That's how the podcast starts. I say, Mike me, Daddy. Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess.
Yeah.
And Zach.
And Zach. Woohoo. Zach is here.
We brought Zach with us. This is it's been fun watching his dreams turn into a reality, and now they're becoming a nightmare.
Well,
when he realizes that this is it.
He really thought he was gonna do something today.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was gonna have fun, and then he got into the car with you and realized, holy shit, this man is actually just cranky.
Yeah, I am cranky today. I'm doing better now, though. I'm feeling better.
Yeah, I know. You needed a hot dog.
Yeah, I needed a hot dog.
You got that hot dog in you, and
I got a hot dog and 2 eggs, which Zach pointed out looks like it's like a cock and 2 balls.
Yeah.
Which is.
He did, yeah. Zach took no time at all to acclimate into giving shit.
But now I'm gonna start eating them. I'm gonna take the eggs out of the package, and I'm not gonna use the bun anymore. And I'm just gonna hold the eggs at the base of the hot dog and eat it like that.
You didn't offer either of us egg either.
I shouldn't have. I should have. Jesus Christ. Yes. I wasn't ready for this.
We are doing some highly unsafe stuff right now. I'm not doing anything unsafe. You are by recording this. We are headed.
Unsafe?
We are headed currently. Not you, Zach. Zach said he has a seatbelt on. He's like, I'm safe. I have my seatbelt on.
I don't know. I talk to people when I'm in the car all the time, and if I need to drop this microphone, I will, and I'm not looking at you guys. And if anybody has any issues, I'm sober. I'm not texting. So
I'm sober and I'm not texting. Oh God.
Yeah. I think you should be allowed to do one
leg.
thing. Listen.
Yes.
You're allowed to do one bad thing while you're driving. So you can eat.
Yes.
Or you can record a podcast, or you can be drunk, or you can text, but you just can't do 2 of them at the same time.
Do you remember there was, we did try to record a video one time, and you did almost genuinely drive us off of a bridge. Then why did we both ended up screaming?
You screamed, and it scared me, so I screamed too. Yeah, that was on our way to Eureka, California.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the last podcast.
Terrifying.
When
terrifying. I thought that was the end.
Just forgot that Olympia is south of DuPont, and that
I don't do directions. Zach knows. He asked me where the Grand Canyon was, and first of all, I thought the Grand Canyon was, I don't know, Mount Rushmore or something.
Oh, man, that's way off.
Yeah.
It's in Arizona, right?
Apparently, not Georgia. It's not Georgia.
Zach, I thought you were going to talk more.
I mean, I was thinking when you guys are talking about like how you should be able to do one bad thing while you're driving, I did like in my brain I was thinking like, wouldn't it be funny if this podcast got played in like a courtroom or something? I mean,
yeah.
We just eat shit.
Yeah.
We just die.
The last thing that they said before they crashed.
Yeah.
You should be able to do.
I promise I'm not distracted.
What about those?
This is my favorite part of this drive. You should show people. We're headed towards Kelso, Longview. We're gonna go along the Columbia River here. This is like the pretty part of the drive. We're done with the really boring part, but then it'll get boring again here in a while. So
that's what I brought my blinky for.
Yeah.
What about those people who like jump into the crocodile infested waters and they're like, I don't care about those crocodiles, and then they get eaten?
What about them? What does that relate to?
Us, when we were just saying we should be able to do one illegal thing all time.
Just do one dangerous thing at a time.
Yeah.
You can jump into crocodile infested waters, but you have to wear a life jacket.
Right, yeah. Oh, fuck it. I'm not worried about that crocodile.
No, I get it 100%.
Totally.
Is this what you thought it would be, Zach? Your first time hanging out with me on the road? I know you've hung out with Jess before, but your first time hanging out with me?
I'm gonna have to think about that question.
Okay.
What did you think it was going to be like?
I don't know. It's kind of... dude, this sounds so fucking dumb. it's a little surreal. I mean, there is that constant thing of like seeing someone on a screen, right, and then seeing them in person. I think I have this built-up persona of you in my head where you're kind of this cartoonish character. And so watching you select which hot dog you were going to get from the truck stop was just funny to me, just because of the persona that I have of you built up in my brain.
And that feels like exactly on par with who he is.
Yeah. Like,
right?
Sam, I'm just like you. I'm at the space age there outside of Vader, just trying to pick out which hot dog I wanted. Went with the Johnsonville smoked.
By the way.
Yeah.
Which you would devour in 2 seconds after you made a mustard smiley.
Yeah, I did do that.
On my window back
I don't know
here.
why I did that.
I don't know why you did it either.
Yeah.
Oh, not on the Lexus. Oh no. Lord,
yeah,
no, not the Lexus.
The Lexus that I'm still uncomfortable owning. But
Oh, please. We are on our way we have 2 shows today. We have one in Portland, and then we have another one in Vancouver, right?
Yep, we are doing Helion Comedy Club, for the record. My friend Jeremiah Coughlin, who also works at your bar sometimes.
Yeah, we're doing it for the record at the bar, too.
That's awesome, yeah. But they used to do it at Jai Tai back in the day, so that checks out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's
Try and keep
fun.
that tradition alive.
And then we'll head for a sober comedy show, Spring Fling. Sober comedy at RV Inn Style Resorts and Convention Center, which is a strange name, but yeah, it's going to be a good deal. And,
I'm excited.
Yeah, you're hosting. Jeremiah will feature. I'm going to close it out.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Ticket sales are actually pretty good.
It's going to be great.
We're excited. The place holds like 600 people, but I imagine we'll be somewhere around 200 or maybe even a little bit more. But we might be surprised. There could be even more people than that.
Yeah.
And we got Zach, who gets to see how the sausage is made.
What life is like.
And
what
then
it's like, baby.
Watching me eat the sausage after it's
Quite
made.
literally. Yeah.
He gets to see how excited I get when the sausage is done.
When the sausage is done.
Yeah, I just got back. I flew in from Tulsa a couple days ago.
Yeah, you've only been home for a little bit.
Yeah, I've only been back 2 days. I did a run. I landed in Virginia. I did 2 shows in Virginia. They were great, working for John Gilbreth out there. I was in Kahlua, Virginia. Kahlua.
I don't know where that is.
Which is 10 miles from where George Washington was born.
Oh. Look at that, Zach. History.
Yeah,
you love history.
About 40 miles from the Chesapeake Bay. I actually went and I looked at I saw the Chesapeake Bay. I also saw the White House for the first time, which was pretty wild.
Which side?
And the Lincoln Memorial, the back side. I thought it was the front, but it was the back. I don't know any better.
I feel like that's a pretty common mistake, isn't it?
I think it looks pretty much the same from both sides, right? Probably not.
Is it flat on the back, or is it?
I don't know. I couldn't really see it. It was dark.
It was dark.
Yeah, I talked to a Secret Service guy. That was pretty fun. So.
He was like, wow, if you like this, you should go around.
Yeah, no, he told me. He said, he's the one who told me it was the back.
Yeah.
I was like, can I get any closer? And he's like, if you go to the front, you can. I'm like, oh, this is the back.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man.
This is the craft service table.
Not a big history fan. He could tell that I was out of my element. But anyway, I went, so I flew into Baltimore, went there. I was supposed to do a guest spot in Washington that night.
In D.C.?
In D.C., right?
We say, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I went up there and I looked around and I was like, I'm good. And then I told the comedians at the bottom, I was like, I think I'm going to go do some sightseeing instead, but thank you guys for the opportunity.
Oh, was it like a bar show or something?
Yeah, it was a bar show. It was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad. There was like 4 people there. Some guy was on stage.
Okay.
I'm just like,
I gotcha.
Yeah, I felt bad. I thought that when I talked to the guy that it was going to be better, because he kind of made it seem, he's like, we'll try to squeeze you in, it's last minute, but, you come highly recommended, see what we can do. And I was like, all right, man, I'm down to do 5 minutes, But I got up there and I still had my traveling clothes on. I didn't have my show clothes on. I'm wearing basketball shorts, And
show clothes.
I was like, actually, like I said, I just changed my mind. I kind of felt like an asshole. I didn't want to come
Did you tell him you didn't have your clothes?
No, I just told him I don't remember what
you just said, I'm gonna go
I definitely told him that, like, thanks but no thanks, and I wished him all luck. I wasn't, like, rude about it, but
yeah.
it was just kind of silly, though, because that dude was kind of like, I don't know, he made it seem like, well, actually, you know what? That's on me. I assumed it was better.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really ask. I didn't know, I didn't know. And then it turns out my friend Matty Litwack was right down the street, and he had a great show that I could have hopped on and did some time.
Aw.
So that's how that goes. But anyway, yeah, I went to Virginia. I did those 2 shows. It was very nice. And then I had a 5-hour drive to Bristol, Tennessee, where I went to my first NASCAR race.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. It was amazing. I had such a good time. Definitely like a scene. Like, there was, I only could stay for the first half, and then I had to go because the show was that night. Had a wonderful time. But it was crazy. It's the shortest track in NASCAR, but it's the loudest track because it's like a stadium. And it was so loud. And
how loud was it?
Like the place vibrated, and if you held a water bottle, you could like feel the water bottle shaking in your hand. Like that's how loud it was. Like it was deafening. Like it was so loud that even like the meatheads were wearing like ear protection. Yeah. It's like they know. They're like, no, like you gotta protect your shit. But yeah, then I went that night. I was at the Blue Ridge Comedy Club, and a smaller crowd, but a great crowd, and Blue Ridge took really good care of me. And then I had a 9-hour drive to the Looney Bin in Little Rock, which, holy shit, was a scene, but it was fun. And they just rebooked me. I'm going back there in September for 4 days.
Nice.
So they're very happy.
That's a quick rebooking.
Oh yeah. He would have booked it that night, but
so you're saying that the Looney Bin was kind of crazy?
Yeah.
What?
The Looney Bin was a Looney Bin indeed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I had some people that drove in from a long ways out to see me, and from other parts of Arkansas, and and then I finished it off with 2 days at the Looney Bin in Tulsa. I was really worried about crowd size, and the first show on Tuesday was not great. Low numbers, but kind of made up for it with the second show. We got some people out, and the staff there was wonderful. I didn't get to meet Mason, who's the booker there, but I got to hang out with his partner and everybody who works there, and it was really good. And then flew home. Nice. And immediately tried to and then now we're here. Now we're 2 days later, and I'm driving to Portland, and it was hard to leave today. So which explains my grumpiness.
You were a little crank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally you are standing outside, ready to go, waiting on me. Mm-hmm. And today I had to. I don't think that I've ever had to knock on your door. And today I had to knock on the door. Yeah. And
But you know what? You should be honest with people. Like, me cranky is not like, I wasn't mean or anything.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying at all. No, I don't think that when I say cranky, I just mean that your energy is low.
Yeah, I'm not.
And that you're not like you're just not as excited as you are. You're fucking tired.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're mean to me or mean to by any means. I just think that like it's just like, aw, I can just tell that like you're not
not into it.
Yeah. Which is fine, makes sense. It's fucking
It'll be fun once the show starts though. I hope we get a good crowd at Helium. I don't know what to expect.
I think it'll be fun regardless. I think it'll be a good hang. I think it'll be good for the soul.
Yeah. Well,
and then tonight will be even better.
Oh yeah, tonight's gonna be fucking lit. I'm super pumped about that. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we're coming right up next to Columbia here. Check it out. There's the trains coming. Zach, are you getting on? Man, this is a really special edition of the Tarp Report with trains. Those are covered hoppers, those things. They're moving grain. That's what those move. You know that, Zach? That's the name of those kind of train cars. Did you know I know a lot about trains, Zach?
Elaborate. Why do you know so much about trains?
Because eventually you run out of other things to think about, and all that's left is trains.
God. Boring.
Yeah. But how was your week? What happened, Jess?
I've been good. We have a video right now that's doing really well on TikTok and on YouTube, so that's really exciting. And a lot of people it's the one where you talk about, if you're in recovery, good job. If you're doing this, good job. If you're whatever you're doing.
That's an older one from we were still recording. It's super funny.
Mm-hmm. I've been trying to clip up, literally, one of the things that Zach and I talked about was just if we have all of this footage, we should just be trying to use it.
Yeah.
And so, I posted that one, and it really took off. And I mean, most of the comments have been about they're like, why is that girl talking?
Really?
But it's fine. It's fine. Because I was repeating what you were saying. So in the clip, I do kind of look annoying, but it's got 90,000 views, and it was at 40,000 this morning.
Oh wow,
so,
that's great.
Or was it? It was at 70 this morning.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anytime any of that stuff gets traction, we talked about that on the phone a little bit, Jess. That I think for both of us, we do this podcast together, and it means something for us to do it together. But it also, I think it means different stuff to us individuals as well,
Yeah.
Where for this, it's I don't all the way understand how it's connected to my comedy and what we're doing. But it sounds and this was Zach's suggestion too, is that talking more about recovery stuff might be a good way to go.
Yeah. Well, I just think that I just need to be more mindful of the videos that I post, and it needs to be broad, and it needs to be able to it needs to be broad, but it also needs to be specific. But it can't be so specific that, only a certain people
aren't gonna, they're not gonna understand. I find that most people, even if they're not, or they haven't struggled with addiction stuff, most people understand what's at stake, and a lot of times they definitely know somebody. They have 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon or whatever. I don't think there's anybody who's got more than 1 or 2 degrees from somebody who's really struggling, not just hard drugs. I mean,
just
there's people that take alcohol to that extreme,
Well, and I think the reason that video does well also is because there is somebody who is in recovery who also smokes pot. There are a lot of people who don't agree with that, and so there were so many comments who were thank you so much, I feel seen, and thank you. There are so many people who, if I've tried to read different books and be a part of different programs, and it didn't include me. Yeah. And this message I feel includes me, and I thought that was
that's cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I am, I am abstinence, and I promote it, but I also know that I don't have a monopoly on, and the founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, Bill Wilson, also said the same thing, that we don't have a monopoly on that. And if somebody is, like I said in that clip, that I can't smoke pot. And there's a lot of people too that can't smoke pot, or it makes them want to, if I smoke pot, it makes me want to drink.
Right.
And then if I drink, it's done. Everything's done. And I do want to say this though, is that there's a lot of people who think they can get away with just smoking weed, but they wind up in that cycle. Some people can't smoke weed.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we promote, that message too, that weed can be. And what's funny is weed just by itself can be a big problem for some people.
Right.
It could be a big problem for some people. So, and then some people can fucking chill on it, which is kind of what you do, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Just
you don't
hang out.
does it make you don't notice any change cravings for drinking?
No.
No.
Because I never smoked and drank at the same time. And so I would always do like one or the other. And one or the other was usually drinking. Because they gave me two different, because when I drink, that's like, okay, that gives me like, it makes me want to be social and make horrible decisions and like get out and like talk to everyone.
I like how those things go hand in hand. Like I want to be social and make horrible decisions.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know how to do.
I want to fuck you. And then it's like,
ew.
Whoa.
Gross.
That guy's got a neck beard.
Ugh.
Yum.
Gross.
I'm not going to neck beard shame people.
I will.
You will.
I don't think that that's okay. And women can get neck beards too.
Yeah.
If you have short hair, like you have to take. I had short hair for a very long time. You have to take care of that. You have to.
I had a neck beard growing up.
You have a neck beard right now.
I do not have a neck beard right now. I shaved completely.
Shaved completely.
Just I do.
I am bare as a baby.
I shave my whole body. I'm like, what do you call it? I look like a mole rat.
I did. I bombed on Wednesday.
Oh, at TCC.
At TCC, so hard, so hard.
Was there a crowd there?
If they were, I didn't hear them. Did that get you, Zach?
What'd you bomb doing? Was it newer stuff?
Yeah, it was sort of like my news stuff, but like I looked down and I had done 7 minutes of material in 3. Oof. And I was like, oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah. Like it was the first time that I was ever like, fuck you guys. And I'm like, oh no, what is happening?
Oh no, you went after the crowd a little bit?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was not, I got fucked up.
You got to walk that line when you go after the crowd.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you can win people over, but
yeah.
Man, if you pull that particular screwdriver out of the toolkit,
you better be
and
able
use
to
it, and then it doesn't work, then you'll know loneliness is few have.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that. No, I've only ever, I didn't actually say the fuck the audience, but I was just like, okay, well, and then I started to, and I'm like, okay, nope, rein it in.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know what happened. The night before I had like a really great set. Oh, I had gone to Triple Door in Seattle and did like a 15-minute, and I did great. The owner came up to me, like he was like, please come back, you're fantastic. It was so wonderful.
What show was it, the Triple Door?
It was just like they do like a monthly show, and
who else was on it?
Me, Michael Aguilera,
I shouldn't make that face.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like,
oh,
yeah,
man.
just
Hurt
a bunch
feelings.
just a bunch of like Seattle friends.
Real quick, I just want to say, Michael Aguilera, if you see me go like this when your name gets mentioned, just know that I have no ill will towards you. I'm very selfish, and I kind of focus on my own self,
and his own self. Yeah, he's a
don't
Seattle
know.
guy.
Okay, you good?
Yeah. And so
Sounds great.
it was just a few of us. I do like Michael Aguilera from Aguilera Comedy. He used to.
Oh, what do you mean the Aguilera Comedy? He has like a brand?
Yes, LLC.
He's got an LLC?
I can't remember. I know he has it's Aguilera Comedy something. Because he used to help when we first opened. He used to help with the open mic on Fridays.
Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that guy's nice.
Yeah,
I like Michael.
he is nice.
Never mind. Yeah, he's pretty funny too.
But then I did, so on Tuesday,
Now I feel like an asshole.
fucking killed it, as you should. And then Wednesday, fucking died. Just absolutely so bad. Just the worst. And then what's so wonderful and great about comedy is then I got another chance on Thursday and, didn't do great, but did better.
You gotta get back on the horse.
Yeah, and like, I was just like, oh yeah, okay. This is why I fucking love this shit, because, like, you can fall apart and, like, just completely die on stage on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, it's like, oh no, I can do this. I'm a star, baby.
I've had to do the whole get back on the horse thing before. It's been a while. You know what'll happen is that I'll get on these shows where it doesn't happen as much as it used to, but sometimes there's no chance for success. People are too distracted it's those places that have a comedy show, and on your way up to the stage you kind of look out and you can't, like you didn't even get to how, you're just kind of like, why? Like, why is there a show right here, you know? I think I told that. Oh, you know what? I didn't tell that story. I told that story on another podcast. I did a show one time at this spot, and before I went up, it was just, I think it was like 5 or 6 dudes that were just really terrible. One gal, she did okay. And then the host was trying to do like a 2-man thing with everybody and trying to talk to everybody. And I felt terrible because some people actually came out to see me. Mm-hmm. And so I would have just phoned it in and said, screw it, you know. But I couldn't. I had to do something, you know. And it took me, I did 30 minutes. It took me about 10 minutes. And I actually got everybody in that bar on board, including like those crappy comics that not only when they were done with their set, not only did they eat shit on stage, they were also being loud while I was up there too. But eventually I got everybody's attention, and I was like, wow, like, man, I must be getting good at comedy. Yeah. I got everybody's attention. But the minute I had that feeling, I was like, why did I do that? Like, who gives a shit? Like, this is stupid. This is the dumbest show I've ever done. Aww. And that's what I started talking about on stage. I just started yelling, why? But it was getting laughs, so whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But that was,
this was at the awful. Tacoma Comedy Club, so.
Oh, on Wednesday? Yeah.
But it's just, I honestly, like, it was just fucking wild. Like, it's crazy the things that, like, the boys can say. And then, or, you know, I don't know. I was closing, so I think that it's just, I think it was the end of the night, and I think it was just, you know, everybody wants to go home, and I'm the last one, but.
Did the person before you do okay?
No. Not particularly. And so, yeah, I think there was like a shift, and but so yeah, Wednesday, but then Thursday was great, and Thursday I was like trying out new material, which my mom is gonna love, and so.
Is she watching you do comedy now?
I don't know if she's. I'll like send her stuff, like I'll send her like videos, but
I didn't know you were cool with your mom like that.
I mean, we don't really like talk that much. Like, I haven't talked to my mom on the phone, I don't think, yet this year.
Where's she living at? Is she in Baltimore?
She's in, yeah. I think she's in PA, but she works in Maryland.
Okay.
But, yeah. I mean, we're good. Like, her and Shitty, they just bought a bunch of the T-shirts. They bought T-shirts, some merch for the bar.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Shitty's birthday was on the 21st, and she was wearing a cancel/bar T-shirt, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think we're fine. We don't really talk that much. Like, but I feel like if I, you know, I know that if I ever needed her, I could just call her.
Yeah.
If I could figure out what her phone number was, I could call her, and then I'm just kidding. It's.
Whoa! Don't say it.
But I do know what it is.
I know, but somebody could dial every area code with that after it. Well, shit, we said where she lives. Someone's going to call her.
Well, they're going to have to go through the last 4 numbers.
They're going to call her, and they're going to go after her.
For what? They're going to be like, oh, I can't believe you should cancel her. I told you that somebody messaged my boss and told them that I should be fired from my job.
Wow, they figured out where you were.
Yeah. Like a message on to my school, sent my boss a message, and she was like, because that's how my boss found out. Like, she's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm okay, and she's like, yeah, I know, honey.
That is bonkers, man.
But that's pretty much like...
There's other stuff that you should be fired for, not that.
Oh my gosh, there's so many other things that I... did you see there's a news article that came out a couple days ago about, your favorite comedian, Delia, just recently got canceled from a show at Fort Worth in Indiana because of the public outcry. Let's go Fort Worth. Yes.
Where was he at? Was he at Hyenas or something?
It was the Emerald Theater.
Yeah.
And they booked him for, I think it was supposed to be like April 5th or something, which I think coincidentally is also the day that I had one of the shows cancel.
I featured for him one time at the Neptune for STG in Seattle, and it was like, honestly, like, I remember it fondly because it was like my first, probably one of the biggest gigs, that I had up to that point. But the thing about Delia that's funny is that people, like, he gets folded into the, should they be canceled or shouldn't they be canceled stuff. He's like, but what's wild is when the stuff initially came out about Delia, it was like, that's pretty bad. Like, maybe we shouldn't support this guy. But then, like, more stuff came out, and it's like, dude, that dude, like, seems like he's like a predator.
Yeah,
like,
he is, like, at worst, or like at best,
awful
at worst, a fucking a pedophile.
Yeah, that's so wild.
And yes, I think like 10 more women just recently came out.
Really? Mm-hmm. 10 more?
Yeah.
Good
and they were underage at the time.
Oh my god.
So
that totally checks out.
Yeah. So I stand with I stand with them. I support them. I hope.
I thought you were trying to book them to like try to like even out the. Yeah. I think that's what you should do at Comedy Bar.
I'm gonna book Delia for every show that we cancel.
You should get Cosby, Delia.
And then I'm just gonna add, OJ doesn't do comedy, but I'm gonna see if I can get him booked.
You can do a book signing. And do you remember because OJ Simpson put out that book? If I did it.
This is the way I would have done it.
See, Zach, you don't know about this stuff, but OJ Simpson.
Do you know about OJ? Okay.
Okay, OJ Simpson though afterwards wrote a book called "If I Would Have Done It" or whatever, and it was like.
He's like, yeah. If I would have done it, this is how I would have done it.
Yeah.
If I did it, this is how I would have done it.
Zach
hypothetically.
Zach doesn't care. I looked in his eyes, and he had the deepest not caring eyes.
He's losing. You're losing your star power.
Dude, just wait. Just wait
it's
till
gonna be
tonight.
So sad.
Just wait till tonight when I put on the smooth jazz and I'm just cramming eggs down my throat.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You should have seen. I was wearing your shoes earlier. It was really gross.
Wait, my shoes?
I put my shoes in your shoes.
Oh, my show shoes?
They're so large.
They're in the back?
Yeah.
That's not
Your shoes are the size of my femur.
My femur is the size of you.
Like, for real. Like.
Yeah, it's like the biggest bone in my body.
I know it's the biggest bone in my body.
Yeah.
And it's the same size as your foot.
I know. It's wild. I'm like a different species, Jess.
I don't know how I've never seen, like, I've seen your shoes before. I've just never, like, I don't know.
They're huge.
They're giant, stinking enormous.
Size 16, Zach.
No big deal.
Size I wear, so.
Ugh. But, gross.
Oh, yeah. Look, this person's passing us.
But good for you, Fort Worth. I'm proud of you.
Watching these people
I hope that they don't get. I hope they don't get.
Where are they going? I like when people do like pass you aggressively just to sit there and not do anything.
I'm having my own podcast back here.
You know what we should do?
What?
Let's do more podcasting after the shows.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay, we'll pause here and then we'll finish on the way home.
Sound good? All right, so stick around. for part 2.
This
the road episode.
This is where we would have commercials if we had them.
The Epa Road.
But we don't, so you're welcome.
Hear that? It's the Epa Road.
The Epa Road. The road Epa. The Epi Road.
It just has chocolate on her ass, and it looks like shit.
Okay, but a trucker told me inside of the truck stop that he really liked my jeans.
I bet he did.
But then I found out that I actually have chocolate on the back of my jeans, so I think he was just making fun of me.
You are trucker bait. You really are. Oh, look, this is where our show's going to be later. Here, look, you should get this. This is perfect. This will be a great time to stop.
This is...
Look.
Oh, no.
Look, it might say.
What a perfect way to end